This is a video from the topic B3, infection and response, and we're looking at an introduction to communicable diseases and the different types of pathogen that we're going to come across in this topic. So, disease-causing organisms, we used to call them microbes, micro-organisms. We're now going to refer to them as pathogens. And there are 4 categories of pathogen: bacteria, virus, fungi and protist, and we'll look more at the specific examples of diseases that we need to know about in the 7 diseases fact files. So bacteria and viruses reproduce rapidly inside the body. They can produce toxins that make us feel ill, and viruses actually damage the cells in which they reproduce. So we'll talk later about antibiotics not being able to kill viruses, only being able to kill bacteria, and that's because viruses get inside our cells and reproduce inside our cells, damaging those cells. So 4 types of pathogen: bacteria, virus, fungi and protist. So how do pathogens cause illness? They do 3 things. They produce toxins that poison the body's tissues and enzymes. They reproduce rapidly, damaging the cells, even causing cells to burst. They hijack the resources that the cell needs to survive. And thirdly, they create an immune response. Okay, so they create an area of the body to become swollen, as you can see in the picture, sore, as a result of increased blood flow to that area. So 3 things that pathogens do to cause illness. Let's look at this graph of number of E. coli bacteria. This is at 15 degrees C. We can see that the number of bacteria is rising exponentially. If we change the temperature to human body temperature, 37 degrees C, we can see that growth of bacteria is even faster. And then if we take it to 46 degrees C, we can see actually the growth of bacteria has dropped. Okay, and that's all to do with what we know about enzymes, denaturing of enzymes. So the best temperature, according to this graph, out of those 3 temperatures is 37 degrees C for bacteria to multiply. So inside our body, we're going to get rapid multiplication of those bacteria. Bacteria double roughly every 20 minutes. Let's have a look at some of the scale of these microorganisms, of these pathogens then. So we start off with the head of a pin. Okay, smaller than the head of a pin is human skin cell. Smaller than a human skin cell is a red blood cell. Smaller than a red blood cell is a bacterium. And we can actually see that mitochondria and chloroplasts are bigger than bacteria. So we don't actually get mitochondria inside bacteria. And we've got our large viruses such as HIV. Even smaller than that is our smaller virus, the cold virus. DNA is even smaller again. Okay, so we've got that scale of movement getting smaller and smaller. And then lastly, we're just going to have a look at how pathogens are spread. Okay, so can be through food and water, for example, salmonella, undercooked food, poor cooking conditions of cutting maybe some raw chicken and then preparing a salad on the same chopping board. Insect bites such as malaria. Airborne droplets, measles are spread in that way. Direct contact could be through a mother and her unborn child, or it could be direct contact from person to person. And then indirect contact. So this is where we touch something with an infected hand, maybe a door handle, and then somebody else touches that door handle and they pick up the pathogen in that way. Hope you found that useful. Thank you.